Have you ever noticed that the person everyone seems most interested in isn't always the loudest, funniest, or most attractive person in the room? Sometimes it's actually the opposite. It's the quiet person, the one who doesn't reveal much about themselves, the one who leaves you wondering. And if you think about it, that's kind of strange. You'd assume we'd be more interested in people we know a lot about. After all, the more information we have, the easier it should be to connect with them. But that's not always how it works. In many cases, the people who share the least are ones we find the most fascinating. So why does that happen? Why are mysterious people so appealing? A big part of the answer comes down to how our brains deal with missing information. Imagine meeting two people. The first person tells you everything. Within a few minutes, you know what they do, where they spend their weekends, what they had for breakfast, and probably half their life story. There's nothing wrong with that. But after a while, there isn't much left to discover. Now think about someone else. They're friendly and approachable, but they don't share everything right away. You learn a little about them, but not enough to fully understand who they are. And somehow, that's the person you keep thinking about later. The reason is actually pretty simple. Our brains don't like unanswered questions. Whenever there's a gap between what we know and what we want to know, curiosity kicks in. Psychologists call this the information gap theory. It's the same reason cliffhangers are so effective. It's why mystery novels are hard to put down. And it's why a compelling headline can make you click on a video. Your brain wants the missing piece. It wants to complete the puzzle. So when someone doesn't reveal everything about themselves, your mind naturally starts looking for the information that's missing. But that's only part of what's happening. There's something even more interesting going on behind the scenes. When we don't have enough information about a person, our imagination steps in and fills the gaps. And surprisingly, our imagination is often more powerful than reality. Think about someone who's quiet. You don't know much about them. Your brain rarely leaves that blank space empty. Instead, it starts building possibilities. Maybe they're incredibly intelligent. Maybe they're confident. Maybe they're successful. Maybe they've lived an interesting life. Before you realize it, you're no longer responding to who that person actually is. You're responding to the story you've created about them in your own mind. Psychologists refer to this as the halo effect. When we know very little about someone, we often assume they possess other positive qualities as well. As a result, an ordinary person can start to seem extraordinary. There's another reason mystery feels so powerful too. It's something psychologists call scarcity. As human beings, we naturally place more value on things that seem rare or difficult to obtain. If something is available everywhere, all the time, it stops feeling special. But when something feels limited, it immediately becomes more valuable. The same principle applies to information. When someone shares every detail of their life, there's nothing left to discover. But when they reveal things gradually, they become more interesting because there's still something to learn. Not necessarily because they're better than anyone else, but because they feel less predictable. And humans are naturally drawn to puzzles. Of course, this doesn't mean you should become secretive or start playing games with people. That's not what genuine mystery is about. Real mystery comes from having healthy boundaries. It's being comfortable without explaining every thought, every feeling, and every detail of your life to everyone you meet. It's a form of quiet confidence. The confidence to let people get to know you over time instead of all at once. And maybe that's the most important takeaway. The reason we find mysterious people so attractive isn't because they're automatically smarter, more successful, or more interesting. It's because our brains are naturally attracted to the unknown. The unknown sparks curiosity, curiosity captures attention, and attention often turns into fascination. So the next time you find yourself intrigued by someone mysterious, ask yourself, are they truly that fascinating? Or is your imagination filling in some of the blanks? If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more psychology and human behavior content. And I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What do you find more attractive? Someone who shares everything or someone who keeps a little mystery? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.